welcome Prince Uche II.
The Governor and Chairman of this important committee, GODWIN OBASEKI, Your Excellency, the Governor of Adamawa, the Deputy Chairman of this committee, Governor FINTIRI, the Deputy National Chairman, the National Secretary members of National Working Committee, leader of our Senate Committee, leader of House of Representatives, our leaders that are here, especially the chairman of this Mali Committee and other members of BOT, very important youths, leaders of our dear party. This is one of the party have been waiting for, and I will go straight to the point. The history of e-registration started in 2010 when I was the National Organizing Secretary. The need, you can see the party that is so dynamic, the need to start planning. We tried to push at that point. It was approved, but definitely maybe the manpower and the will was not there. And that was why it was entrenched in our constitution as amended. So this journey started in 2010. And by the grace of God, today we are standing here to inaugurate this all-important committee. The foundation of our party is suddenly laid on the people's hands, the name People's Democratic Party, with our motto as power to the people. When we say the PDP is the largest party in the continent, we are not grandstanding, but stating the obvious. There is no nook and cranny of this country that you won't find PDP members cut across all ethnic nationality and religion. This is the party that belongs to all. In 2019 general election, the PDP was the only political party that fielded candidates in all the positions: presidency, governorship, Senate, and House of Representatives in all the 36 states houses of assembly. This is the only party. The other parties may have not fielded in one state or the other. In some cases, some parties, including the ruling party, did not contest in some states. But PDP is the only party that contested the election in all the states of the Federation. Even in states where we are not in power, our members still outnumber even the ruling party in such states. We are the only party since inception, 1998, that has not been changed, neither by the name or by the logo, but we have been consistent in our names. PDP from the beginning, PDP today, PDP tomorrow. Is that not true? Yes. This is the only party that has stood the test of time in the history of political development in our country. Our manifesto and logo consistent, but over the years reviewed and upgraded. Our party is dynamic and moves with the times, and we believe the time is here now. This is the time, and I'm quite sure in the media, people are watching me on social media platforms, on Twitter, Facebook, and many other international platforms. They are watching us because this is the party that will lead the entire country into the digital world, which APC totally refused. That was why it has been the desire of our party from 2010 to digitalize our membership for proper database. The world has changed, and as you are aware, people stay in Nigeria and they work in America. People stay at home, they deliver, they work, and they earn living. And so this country cannot be an exception. We must meet up. We must meet up. And the PDP is leading in this regard. Reports we got across the country shows that many more Nigerians want to belong to this party, and this program will provide them such opportunity, especially at this time when APC is against the digital platforms like Twitter and Facebook and other social media platforms. We are saying we want to move this country forward, and we must be engaged with this social media platform. Your Excellency, in appointing you as the chairman and the deputy chairman, we are aware, and the party took into consideration, your background. It is important for the world to note that the background of our chairman, he is IT driven, he is social platform driven, is digitalized, and that is the man that we all agree that will drive this process to a logical conclusion and bring the party, not only the party, but Nigerians to the digital world. It is important that this background and love for data from this party and record keeping and you know also that he is from the private sector. They are full of action, 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 but nothing less. We have absolute confidence that you and your team will deliver on this assignment and the mandate, and that is expected to update the database of our party across the nation. Membership registration into our party is a continuous program. What we are embarking on is to digitalize it for proper analysis of issues, various challenges that are cutting across our country today. You cannot walk anywhere without a database. Even proper planning for the party, strategy of the party, it must be based on database. Your Excellencies, leaders of our party here present, before I inaugurate this August committee body, may I use this opportunity to call on Mr. President and his APC party to immediately unban the microblogging Twitter and stop limiting Nigerians from expressing themselves. It is important, especially the youth who are already in the digital world. How do you intend to stop the youth from Twitter? How do you intend to stop the youth from using their Androids? The world is at their palm, and you can't stop them. You can see the difference. The APC want to stop them, they have stopped them, but the PDP, we are going to move this country forward by asking our youth to remain on their Androids and to remain on their platforms and to remain on their Facebook, because it is the only Thank you. It is the only well-known platform, Twitter, Facebook, and others, that people engage. You engage by Zoom, you engage by conference, you engage by any form. You don't need to travel anymore. The world is at your palm. How can a government and an APC government and their parties stop Twitter in Nigeria? It's unbelievable. We ask the president to quickly, for the interest of the population of this country, especially the youth, to unban the Twitter immediately. By banning Twitter, this government is denying Nigerians, especially our vibrant youth, the freedom to be in touch with the rest of the world. Whenever government begins the process of limiting citizens' freedom, either they have something to hide or they have lost control or idea of what to do and are migrating to full-blown dictatorship. In this case, it is both. We will refuse it, we reject it. We're in democracy. No one can be a dictator in this country. We reject it. Nigerians have passed this road before, and we will resist any move aimed at introducing dictatorship in our democratic setting, and we expect President Buhari and his party to know this and stop toying with the destiny of the people of Nigeria and their freedom. It is for this nefarious agenda of APC that they are sabotaging any effort to carry out electoral reform that will give absolute power to Nigerian people through their vote that must count. Their vote must count. Your Excellency, distinguished leaders of our party, by the grace of God, we have very competent chairman and deputy and members of this committee that are ready to go to work immediately. And on behalf of the leadership of our party, and before I will inaugurate them, I will therefore also call on Mr. President and APC to drop the special assistant to the president. Her name is called Loretta Onoche as INEC commissioner, because it can't work. This lady is a registered member and card-carrying member of APC. How can that lady become a member of INEC to be a judge over all the other parties? It is impossible. They should drop the idea. Senate should reject her. We don't want to go through all the difficulties that were passed through in this country, especially 2019 when we won and they denied us. She's been proven to do just that in 2023. We won our election 2029 and they denied us. And therefore, it is important for our youth all over the country. Please be ready. The committee will open websites. The committee will be on Twitter. The committee will be on Facebook. The committee will go to all social media platforms to invite our youths to come for this registration. This party belongs to all of you. This party, there is no ownership. There is no one single person that owns it. This party is for all. This is the only party that belongs to all. On this note, I invite the chairman and the deputy chairman of our party to come forward for the inauguration, and then members should sit there on behalf of the committee will now be inaugurated. Yes, sir. Red Party will hereby inaugurate this important committee. The chairman of the committee is Governor GODWIN OBASEKI, and the deputy, you can see them, they are achievers, they are governors that are working. By the way, the governors of PDP are on top. They are the only governors that are delivering dividends of democracy, commissioning one project or the other across this country. Therefore, we inaugurate you by the power of God to carry out the assignment on behalf of our party and reach out to all members of our party and those intended members from all the other parties. And I was just told that more governors are going to come when the time comes. They are only waiting. They are only waiting because they know that this is the party that is fair and free and for all Nigerians. Thank you, and God bless you as you know.
Power to the people!
On behalf of the members of the e-registration committee of the PDP that has just been sworn in, I want to express our profound gratitude and our appreciation to the chairman and the National Working Committee for having found us fit and worthy to undertake this exercise on behalf of our great party. I agree with our chairman that the world today has gone digital. You cannot live or operate in the universe today, particularly post-COVID, without digital access. Therefore, any party, any political party, or any system for that matter, that is not resting on digital platforms will be excluding the majority of the people in the areas that they exist. So it is very worthy that our party, being the party, as the chairman said, in the history of this country, I believe we are one of the longest lasting parties. That this party has now decided that we will digitize our membership register and use digital technology to now expand our membership base and position the party to take over power in 2023. I want to assure you, Mr. Chairman, that the process will be very, very inclusive. The process will be bottom up, from the wards right through to the national. Everybody will be included. Even those on the other side of the digital divide will be brought in to our. We will make sure that this exercise is anchored on the brilliant young men and young women of this country who exist and live in the digital world. I want to thank you for the investments which the party has already made in the past in digitization. We have done some preliminary assessment, and we thank you for the robust platform that exists. I want to assure you that that platform will be used in achieving the goals that have been set for us. On that note, I want to, on behalf, once again, of all the members of this committee, assure you that we will put in our best and make sure that we come up with a product that the party will be truly proud of. Thank you very much.
State is ably represented here by his national advisor on national.
Bring your phone. OBASEKI now.
That time, he just they happy. Right now, we don't they overtake.
Natural Nigerian hair. You didn't come
So
for
much.
Congress.
Right, I said that this. Those I go hospital this morning, come back. My baby picked infection. I don't know whether from the crèche I've been waiting. Let's go back.
Your Excellency, congratulations on your success.
Thank you.
What's your plan? How do you intend to go about the registration?
Well, first, you know, in today's world, everything rests on technology. It's about technology, it's about the internet, it's about artificial intelligence. So technology rules the world. And that technology must be introduced in politics. I want to thank the Independent Electoral Commission, INEC, because they've already made the move. The next set of the CVR they are conducting is going to be also on electronic platforms.
All right, sir. While we understand the essence of technology in the face of elections and politics in Nigeria, for instance, just recently the federal government banned the use of Twitter, and we are wondering how the PDP intends to capitalize on technology to drive the process of e-registration, owing to the fact that Twitter has been banned.
It's really unfortunate. I think it's a misinformed decision, and I hope that the federal government will step back and rescind that decision to ban Twitter as soon as possible. It is not in the interest of the government itself. It's not in the interest of Nigeria. For us as a party, like I said, you can't operate in the world today without technology, or even if you did, you'll be doing so suboptimally. So as we, with the opportunity we have just been given by the party, will now ensure that the first thing we do is to digitize the party register and then use the various digital platforms to now encourage more Nigerians to join our party.
The digital platforms you're talking about, does that include Twitter?
It certainly will include Twitter, because you're not abolishing Twitter from the world. You're only banning it in Nigeria temporarily.
All right, Your Excellency. So what is the overall objective of this e-registration as against other methods that the party have used to gather membership in the past?
If you listen to the data published yesterday by the National Communications Commission or so, there are 188 million users of the telephones, so who have 188 million people who have digital telephone devices in this country today. That is even after the cleanup by, during the national identity card process. So we have 188 million people. How many people voted in the last elections? How many people are registered members of political parties in this country? So you can see the opportunity that the digital space holds and why our party must just be on that platform.
Do you consider this succeeding when there hasn't been an amendment, electoral amendment yet?
Well, like I said, we're taking a cue from INEC. My last election, they used the ZPAD technology, and we were able to report results directly from polling units to the National Center. So whether you amend the Act today or not, the fact is that technology is now part of our existence. We cannot do without it. It's only a question of time. All the legislations required must be in place if we're going to have successful elections.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.